Hello, everyone. My name is Mark, and I live in Chiang Mai, Thailand, and I work at Living with the Spirit. You may have seen Sarah and Simba or other people from Living with the Spirit working with Luhan because Sarah and Simba have been students of Luhan for many years. And I am recently and newly a student to Luhan. Although I started reading his books and listening to his audiobooks a little bit over a year ago, and I've attended a couple of the online spiritual guidance courses, and I've had a private session with Luhan online, of course. But had the wonderful experience of traveling to Sedona, Arizona to spend time with Luhan. And it was kind of a really big adventure for me. And not so much an adventure as in like a holiday adventure, but like a real spiritual adventure. And I was kind of planning it for several months in advance and building up to that event. And it's kind of a big deal to travel overseas from Thailand. So it really was almost kind of like an adventure. So I had 3 weeks scheduled with Luhan. The first week, Loban Pai Gravity Series, and then 2 weeks with the Loban Pai Bodywork massage course. So I'll talk about each of them independently. And just for reference, I have no martial arts background and no strong background in Tai Chi or any of the practices that Luhan teaches. So the first week, doing the Loban Pai Gravity Series, Luhan walked us through, the movements and the necessary mindset in order to participate in the movements. And I was just really taken back by Luhan's guidance and his the way that he holds space in his facility. I felt very welcomed by his presence, felt very welcomed by his space. As soon as I walked into the door of his studio, I was immediately greeted by this tall, lurking man. We sat down and spoke for a few minutes before the session began, and I could just feel that in his presence and in the presence of his studio, my nervous system just really started to relax and calm down. Traveling and being in a new place, in a new town, is always a little bit activating to your nervous system, whether you realize it or not. And I certainly was coming into the room with a bit of that, and Luhan was able to just immediately gather my focus and my attention and ground my nervous system so that I could participate easily in what he was about to teach me. And when it comes to doing the Loban Pai gravity exercises, I just immediately fell right into line and was able to follow along with Luhan and do exactly what he was showing me, and exactly the way that he was showing me how to do it, really soaking in and taking in the essence of his teachings, and which I'm not sure it would be so easy for me to do online. I've just really enjoyed being in the presence of Luhan and working directly with him and being in the space that he created, so that the learning can more easily be transferred. The Loban Pai was a 1 week course. We spend maybe 3 or 4 hours each day practicing. And what I really like about the way Luhan teaches is that he doesn't just give you a lot of practices and then expect you to remember those things. We go over things in detail. He makes sure that we understand, and if we have any questions, we are free to ask those questions. But we'll typically practice for 30 minutes or so and then sit down, and that allows our nervous system to absorb what we just learned. It gives us time to reflect, to ask questions about other topics, related to other things that we're curious about, to learn from Luhan. And I also really enjoy Luhan's sense of playfulness. So when we're doing the Loban Pai practices, we're very serious and we're in the zone. But then there are moments in between and moments afterwards where there's time for playfulness and curiosity, and that really just makes people feel comfortable and welcomed and invited. And it was kind of not expected. I had seen Luhan joke around a little bit on some of the spiritual guidance classes, and but I just found him to be a really unique character, a really unique person in general, and his sensibility, the way that he treats people with the jokes and the funniness, is just a way to kind of, I think, to capture people's hearts and to really, you know, cut away the masks, and to cut away the differences, and cut away things that might come in between people. And laughter and joking around is a great way to get to that, especially when we're doing deep work like Loban Pai and doing the Gravity series. So throughout the week of doing the Gravity, each week we're building upon the foundational concepts and then building more and more, so that by the end of the week we're able to grasp all of the sequences in the Gravity series. So far I've been home and been practicing them myself and been able to keep up with the sequences. There's a couple of things that I'm not sure about that I'm asking Luhan for guidance on. It's kind of a lot to remember in 1 week. It's an ongoing task to continue practicing the Gravity series, and then to continue refining and continue working on the subtle aspects of the movements, doing those movements with intention and with feeling the emotional body, feeling the energy arise inside of you, feeling the connection to the ground below you, feeling the energetics in and around you, which I'm finding to be very interesting and useful to my practice. So the first week seemed to just stretch on for quite a long time in my mind, and then I realized I have 2 more weeks to work with Luhan, and I had signed up for the Loban Pai Bodywork Practitioner course, which is a massage training, which also includes like acupressure and meridian work on the body. And I'm also not, I don't have a history as a body worker, or I'm not a massage therapist. And so this is also kind of a new area for me to have. So here I am in Sedona taking on all of these new, to me, areas of work and areas of study. But I was really excited about it because lately in my life I've been called to do a new field of work. And so at Living with the Spirit, I am teaching and working with people who come and visit us, people who are here to work on their internal work, to do detoxification, to work on anxiety, depression, find their life purpose, to find freedom and enjoyment in their life. So I teach a few other modalities here at Living with the Spirit. And so adding this massage is just going to be an extra thing that I'm able to offer to people who come and stay with us to help them on their journey. So I really wanted to, take this massage seriously and learn, how to offer it properly, and learn the techniques and learn the energetic aspects of how to hold space for someone who is participating in this massage. This was a little bit longer of a course. It was 2 weeks long. And in the duration of that course, I learned how to give a massage that lasts for about 2 hours for a person, depending on the different aspects of the massage and the different components of it that can be shifted or changed or sped up or whatever. But this is my goal, is to be able to offer people a 2-hour massage. And it was just me and one other student, so it was a very hands-on experience where there wasn't much downtime. We were always working on each other. Luhan was demonstrating on me and then demonstrating on the other students, and I was able to both experience the massage and also see Luhan give the massage. So being able to put that information together in my mind in little chunks over time was perfect to help me to capture the essence of the Loban Pai massage so that I can bring it home with me. And since I've been home, which has only been about a week and a half now, I've practiced several times on my partner, and I've had great results. She really loves the massage and says that it's very unique and unlike anything that she's ever felt before. So I'm going to keep doing that. I'm going to keep practicing the massage, and soon I'll be able to offer it to customers at Living with the Spirit. And through this journey, where Luhan's unique teaching style really allows me to capture the teaching. And I've worked with other teachers before, and I myself am a teacher of different things, and I've just never really ever in my life experienced someone the way that Luhan teaches. It's such a energetically deep level. It's almost like he's able to pass on an energetic transmission to your body, to the cells in your body, so that you can take that teaching home with you. Whereas a lot of times, a teaching is completely a mental construct. And so you have a mental framework of how to do that thing that you learned. Maybe you have notes, maybe you have videos, maybe you have learning materials or resources, pictures and diagrams, but those are really all mental constructs. And of course, mental constructs are helpful in the learning process, but this is something that's just radically deeper than that. It's something that goes to the core of your existence, and Luhan is able to share that on many different levels. Also a mental level, because I do have to remember these things, and I have diagrams to help me remember the sequence. But the remembering of the technique isn't coming out of my hands through a mental construct. It's coming out of my hands because Luhan was able to energetically share that to my body. So he's passing this information from his body to my body by the technique, by me watching him do it, by him doing it onto my body and making those connections between that technique, the process, and also the energetic exchange. So I've never experienced this before, and I find it to be extremely powerful and useful. And there's something really deep about this low band pi practice, where there is an energetic exchange just by the nature of practicing this style that Luhan teaches. And since I'm very new to this teaching, I'm really open to learning more and exploring further. So I'm dedicating my time now to just practice what I've learned and to keep practicing. And in the future, I will learn more. Would love to join Luhan again in Sedona to extend my learning and practice further. And of course, I'll be joining online for any opportunities that are aligned for what I'm doing. And I really just want to extend my thanks and gratitude to Luhan for this experience, and for the connection that we had and that we shared in the time that we had together. And I look forward to learning more. Thank you so much.